Hi, I'm Joel Savoy.
Hey, I'm Joe Vidrine.
Joe and I are Cajun musicians here in Southwest Louisiana, and we're both very passionate about the traditions that have been handed down from generation to generation.
We love food and we love learning about where our food comes from. So today we're going to dive into one of Louisiana's largest foodways. Call them what you want: crawdads, mudbugs, crayfish. Crawfish are farmed and cooked in many cultures around the world.
Here in Louisiana, crawfish season is a special time of year. Since the late 1970s, crawfishing has become a huge industry. Today, boiled crawfish can be found across the region in restaurants and seafood markets for around $6 a pound. But it wasn't always like this.
I can remember selling crawfish for 15 cents a pound. The crawfish industry just blew up in the mid-70s all the way until about the early 80s. The farming industry had went in the tank. The rice crops were worthless. The soybean crops, which we also plant around here, were kind of worthless. So everybody was looking for a way to make some extra cash, and that's why everybody kind of jumped in the crawfish industry. It was a cash crop. It was a way to make extra money. And that's how this place became what it is today. My name is Anthony Arsenault. I'm presently the owner of Hawk's Crawfish Restaurant. Back in the early 70s, not much crawfish were being marketed at that time. My dad decided to open up a little cafe-type scenario where we could sell some of our own product to be able to get rid of some of them. We are primarily a seasonal crawfish restaurant. A normal crawfish harvesting season is anywhere from December, January area through around May, June area. It's usually about 5 months. The crawfish has a process that they go through. It's a life cycle. They're harvestable and edible at that time. Other parts of the year, they're in hibernation. They do that underground in burrows. They'll dig anywhere from 3, I've seen them as deep as 8 feet. They go down there and they stay down there until in the fall. And then they come out with their young looking for water. And that's why the rice farmers reflood their fields in September, October area. Those crawfish, when they come back out of the burrows, they're looking for water for their young to thrive and to grow and to mature. So at that time of the year, when they come back out, thousands of little bitty tiny crawfish, small. But it doesn't take long for them to get to market size, 6 to 8 weeks, and you start seeing crawfish on the market. And then the process starts all over again. They start harvesting crawfish through January, February, March, April, and May. And that's why we call that crawfish season. Wake up at 5:30 in the morning, start cutting bait. As soon as it gets daylight, hit the fields. Try to get everything done, all the traps ran, everything taken care of by around 2 o'clock. Deliver your crawfish to market. After everything's said and done and all is well, come back and start walking levers to make sure you're not losing any water in the fields. It depends on how dry it is. You may have to start pumping water. There's traps to be repaired. You need to take bait out and try to thaw it out overnight for the next morning because you need to start all over again. If you finish up by 10 o'clock at night, you're doing real good. Most farmers, it's a way of life for them. And once it's in your blood, there's nothing like getting up right at daybreak and looking out and see what you accomplished, your crop. It has changed over the years quite a bit, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change a thing. That's my life.
I love to boil. I found something I like to do. And I don't really like to cook now. I'm not a big cooker, but I like to boil crawfish. I'm Meg Arsenault. I'm a 3rd-generation crawfish boiler. I've always boiled crawfish in my backyard, but about 6 years ago, I decided that I wanted to take it on the road and make a career out of it. My dad helped me, and we talked it out, and Hawk's Boil Up was born. We do a lot of backyard bowls for people, a lot of parties and whatnot, but New Orleans is Like, people love us in New Orleans. We go there probably 5 or 10 times a year. And people say, don't tell my daddy, but mine are better. When I ask people, when they ask me to do a ball for them, right? I say, do y'all want to do it family style or containers? And I'm just praying they do it family style because it's so much more exciting to do it that way. There's something about taking a big pot of crawfish and just dumping it along a table like that and watching everybody gather around and just start eating and then talking and eating. And it's just like, it's so cool, right? It is the party. It's what you go for.
As you can tell, crawfish in Louisiana is a lifestyle.
Restaurants like Hawk's serve a lot of boiled crawfish every season, but you might be surprised how much is processed to be sold as peeled tail meat.
Crawfish processing plants can be found across South Louisiana. Every day during the season, peeling plants receive sacks of live crawfish caught by local farmers. The crawfish get boiled, cooled, then are peeled and packaged for sale. And during crawfish season, they process as much as 3,500 pounds of crawfish a day. It takes 8 pounds of whole boiled crawfish to yield 1 pound of tail meat. Workers are paid by the pound, and a single worker can peel between 25 and 60 pounds of tail meat in a shift.
From the plant, these crawfish tails are sold to stores where they are bought and consumed in many different ways. One of our favorite dishes here on the prairie is crawfish étouffée, a delicacy of smothered crawfish served over rice.
Regardless of how they are being cooked, a pot of crawfish always brings people together. Mealtime is not only for sharing great food, but a time for families to share the traditions of this unique American culture.